So, last year I finally took a 3-week vacation to Thailand after years of non-stop work. It was supposed to be pure relaxation, beaches, temples and spicy food. I had everything set, security cameras online, mail forwarding, and a friend checking in on my house once a week. I live in a quiet, gated neighborhood that's technically under an HOA. Emphasis on technically, because our HOA president, let's call her Karen, treats the whole community like it's her private empire. She's the kind of person who fines you for leaving your trash can out an extra 10 minutes and writes urgent violation notice in bold red marker like she's running a police department. Anyway, I'd barely been gone 10 days when I got an alert from my security system, motion at the front door. I checked the feed, expecting to see my friend dropping by. Nope. It was Karen, with 2 men in suits and a clipboard. I turned up the audio. Karen was saying, "Yes, this property has been foreclosed by the HOA for unpaid dues. We've already transferred ownership."
My jaw hit the floor.
I had automatic payments set up. My HOA dues had never been missed.
And foreclosure?
For a few $100? Not even close to legal. I tried calling her. Straight to voicemail. I emailed the HOA. No reply. My friend went over the next day and found the locks changed. That's when things got interesting. Apparently, while I was overseas, Karen listed and sold my house. She actually had the audacity to pose as the acting HOA executor and claim my property was under lien enforcement. She faked documents, forged my signature, and sold my fully paid-off $700,000 home to a local investor for $250,000 cash. When my friend called the police, they said it was a civil matter. Until I got back. 2 weeks later, I landed, drove straight from the airport to the house, and sure enough, there was a moving truck in the driveway. A man and his wife were unloading boxes. I calmly said, "Hey, I think there's been a mistake. This is my home." The man looked at me like I was the scammer. "No, we bought it from the HOA. We have all the papers." So I called the police right there, while showing them my deed, title, and proof of ownership. When the officers arrived, one of them recognized me. I'd helped fund the local park renovation last year. They took one look at the documents and said, "Sir, I think you've been defrauded, not him." The buyers were in shock. They'd paid cash. I then pulled up the security footage from the day Karen toured the property with them. She had actually broken in using a locksmith and walked around like a real estate agent, bragging about the HOA's new housing initiative. The next day, detectives got involved. I handed over everything, the forged paperwork, the bank wire receipts, even screenshots of her emails with fake HOA letterheads. And here's the kicker. Karen had used her own personal bank account to receive the money. No shell company.
No fake escrow.
Just straight to Karen M., HOA president. It took about a week for them to get the arrest warrant. When police came to her house, she tried to claim it was all a misunderstanding. She said, "I was just managing the property for the neighborhood." Yeah, managing it right into your checking account. Turns out, this wasn't her first time reassigning properties. She'd been skimming HOA funds for years, fake maintenance invoices, phantom landscaping companies, and even security system upgrades that didn't exist. When confronted with the evidence, she blamed clerical confusion. The investigators found multiple signed documents where she had literally traced my name from a scanned signature. She'd even notarized them herself, with a forged notary seal. Long story short, she was charged with fraud, forgery, wire theft, and real estate fraud. The investor got his money refunded through the HOA's insurance. Thankfully, he wasn't part of the scam.
And me?
I got my house back. But that wasn't enough. I worked with a lawyer to have her permanently banned from any HOA board, and the state real estate department revoked her community management license. At the court hearing, she actually had the nerve to glare at me and say, "You ruined my life." I replied, "No, Karen, you ruined your own life when you tried to sell mine." The judge sentenced her to 5 years for fraud, 3 for forgery, to run concurrently, and restitution to the HOA and the investor. When I walked out of that courtroom, the new HOA board president, a sweet retired teacher, shook my hand and said, "We're so sorry for what she did. You've got full exemption from HOA fees for the next 5 years. Best H.